We have an amendment to the list. The motion to the amendment to the list is that the wastewater treatment plant weekend operator be allowed to use the vehicle.
For the weekend.
For the weekend.
Period, they're wrong call.
Yeah. Yes, sir. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of that amendment, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion, the amendment carries unanimously. Now we need a motion for the accept the list as amended.
I move we accept the list as amended.
Second. Motion's been made that we accept the take-home assignment list as amended. And that amended list is utility repair leader, on-call operator, refuge control officer, fire chief, police sergeant, night shift, police sergeant, day shift, police investigator, and the wastewater treatment on-call weekend operator. Everybody satisfied with that list? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimous. Betsy, did you get all that?
Who did the second on the second? Who did the second?
Robert Criggs.
He seconded the amendment. I seconded the
Yeah.
motion to accept the.
Thank you.
Okay. Now it brings us to the item that everybody's been waiting for tonight. And in no particular order, but we have a bunch. Diane, Ms. Rowan, you have comments to say?
I'd like to pass it in person, not on him and him. That's okay with you. You're not
And
speaking.
Oh, that. What's your speaking? I got
Okay.
Sandy.
I do have some things, but Sam's got the information.
okay.
Told him I wanted to be last. Okay.
You will announce to the audience.
My name is Sandy Deckard. I'm on Treasure Attic here in Crockett. Gentlemen, thank you for...
Louder.
Hey.
Pardon?
Talk louder.
Talk loud.
Oh, yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to speak here tonight. I appreciate it very much. My concerns tonight are about the ordinance that y'all passed pertaining to the peddlers and the solicitors. And I'd like to ask some questions because it's extremely confusing. I went back to the original ordinances, I read them, and I went to the amended ordinance, and it's like, okay, it's conflicting, it's not making any sense, I need some help. Can you explain to me your intent on passing this resolution?
Or the intent is like the guy who sets up down there on Robinson's and sells all day long for no sales tax or anything like that. It takes away from our business folks, giving them out of the downtown district and being competing in a direct competition against all the other businesses that are down there.
All the other businesses that are
Yes,
down
ma'am.
there.
The legitimate tax-paying businesses that support this town, this community.
Okay, what about the businesses that do this as part of their business?
Well, that's,
I have a business that
yes, ma'am, you do.
I rent to vendors
Yes, ma'am.
inside and out.
But you own property in which you pay taxes on and you are registered with, you are part of the new business community of Crockett. This doesn't apply to you.
But that's not the way the ordinance reads. Is it?
It's an itinerant peddler's permit ordinance, ma'am. Itinerant means non-resident, not an established business in town.
Right, but I rent my property to people like that. They are part of my business. They are vendors or consignees. So you are in fact,
That still doesn't apply, not to you.
so it does not apply.
Really?
Okay.
Well,
If she's renting spaces to people to sell out of her property, then they're selling out of approved property that is managed by business owners in this community.
right, but that's what we're looking at with the corner over there.
Well, actually, he sets up a business such as the one we're discussing, actually set up a freestanding booth, which is similar to the other peddlers, which set up a freestanding booth at a location approved by the business owner, and they're not sharing their proceeds with the business owner. They are entirely a standalone itinerant business.
But they are renting the property from the business owner, and it is the business owner's personal property. So how can it be dictated to the property owners how they can run their businesses?
We were talking about itinerant businesses. We weren't talking about consignment businesses at all.
But that doesn't,
See, we've discussed this, our folks that approached me in the public about this, there's not a clear, defined way of looking at the ordinance. And we've talked at length about it, and I agree, you know, we need some more clarity. I don't know if it would help.
Shame of it is.
the ordinance is also very contradictory. Very contradictory when you read it, and it is very confusing. In my impression, and I need to ask you this, are you trying to give the Chamber of Commerce a non-competitive deal by excluding all other vendors from the downtown area?
No, we're actually doing that for the downtown businesses. If the downtown business owners would like us to take that provision out of the ordinance where a peddler can set up anywhere they want to, we'll be glad to do that, propose that to City Council. But that was, the intent was actually to protect the downtown businesses from a competitor that is working off a considerably different margin.
But our downtown businesses aren't the ones complaining. The ones that I have talked to are not concerned about out-of-town peddlers, because that's what the chamber brings in, is out-of-town peddlers all around.
That's Christmas on Square.
Yes, yes.
That's one weekend a year.
But that's not how the ordinance reads, if you read it. No peddlers in the downtown area, period. Doesn't state on that weekend or anything, period.
That's not meant to be contradictory. That was actually meant to be of assistance to downtown business owners.
So let's,
Okay.
sound like we have some issues here. Would you go ahead and make us a list? Go ahead
I
and do this.
have it right here. Who do I hand this to? Legally, how do I legally do this?
Just hand them out. You got one for all council?
I certainly do. Two to go this way. Right. Oh, I'm sorry. And then this is one for the record. Okay. In the ordinances, the definition of a peddler or a solicitor is someone who sells house to house, business to business. And a vendor on our property is not house to house or business to business.
The intent behind that was, like the electric companies will come in here, do a crew of 10 or 20 people, and go down through the town and solicit people to switch their electric type properties, and they won't come in and get necessary permits from us when they do it. It's also to help protect people from fraud. If they're going to be going around the community,
So
they need
why
to come
wouldn't this
register.
why wouldn't this encompass the whole entire city and not just downtown?
Well,
Solicitors are door to door.
That would
But
be
your
entire-
amendment.
That's a door, we tried to make the ordinance fit for both
But-
itinerant peddlers and solicitors who actually come to town and have to get a permit.
Okay, but I challenge y'all to read your ordinance, see my notes, see the discrepancies. It is very confusing. Another question I have is, just like Robinson's Cleaners, the guy's coming in. He's renting property from Robinson's Cleaners. He is a what, vendor? Okay?
can't remember because he doesn't